Hello there, it's Travis Stirewalt and my buddy Jeff Tussey. Coming at you live from the finishing lab in our corporate office in Air Power's corporate office, High Point, North Carolina. Today we're going to be featuring a product, so we're going to go through it slowly, make sure you see all the components. This is one of those, it's a kit that has all kinds of things going on inside of it, and it's quite versatile too. So before we get into that, people keep laughing about our beards, like the whole beard power in the finishing sector. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yes.
Jeff, I know you've been on videos before. You actually won the top rated, top viewed video in 2020. So congratulations.
Thank you, Father.
But you have an interesting role here at Air Power. You were an account manager for a long time. I don't know, were you anything before an account manager or?
Service department.
So you worked service department,
Service technician.
moved into an account manager position.
Yes.
And then, I guess within the last year and a half, 2 years,
Back here.
have moved into the finishing lab. So what's your overall like daily, what does a day in the life look like for you?
Day in the life back here is a lot of cleaning back here. I tell people, and it's hard to do anything back here without having clean up in front of it and clean up after the fact. So there's a lot of cleaning going on first and foremost. A lot of spray demos setting up. I got to have a big library of spray guns. It's hard to, can't do any demos without having different varieties of tips. So it's a lot of inventory and keeping up with that inventory. Helping my own people, our own account managers, bringing customers in. So it's a big umbrella.
I mean, we've been in here this morning shooting videos. We got people beating down the doors.
Yes.
So it's become a popular place within Air Power that work gets done. I mean,
we do liquid coated in here, powder coated in here. So it's a
2 liquid booths.
Yes.
One's automated.
One's automated.
One is what, chain on edge?
Chain on edge.
Or
Fanic robot.
pole.
Yes.
And then the Fanic robot capabilities. You can, if you see this video, you can see we have mineral oil, MEK, air,
full circuit, 4 drops.
air drops everywhere, all over this place. And so anyway, we got a cure oven. There's all kinds of things. So yeah, I can see what you mean about it being the head janitor type situation. Like everybody comes in here to do a demo, and then they're gone.
Yes.
And then you've got to get it ready for the next company to come in or the next. So yeah, we appreciate everything you do here. So me being heavily involved in the finishing sector, I completely understand that life. All right, so on to the video. This right here is a brand new product from 3M. What do they call it? It's a PPS system?
Yes, spray gun system. Let's take a look at it.
Spray gun system. So let's take this apart, and I'm going to put the image back up together for you here in a second. So let's take this apart and start figuring out what we need to do with everything. So we've got the spray gun.
Right. A basic spray gun model. We can make this base model a gravity version or a pressure version.
So HVLP,
HVLP, yes.
pressure or gravity. Now, hold on a second. This, just right out of the box, that is super light.
It is very light. 3M makes the claim that is the lightest gun in the world. I haven't documented any numbers to back that up, but 3M will make that claim.
But it's a comfortable trigger, and yeah, obviously there's
very light.
the needle
trigger
up
down the trigger. It does have a good feel.
So we're going to keep this on for a second. Let's start laying it out. There's the gun itself.
Couple of cheat sheets come very handy.
Cheat sheets are good. Necessary evil, right?
One's tailored to the pressure side, one's tailored to the gravity side.
Yep, both sides.
Further open in the box, we get a variety of, this one is pressure nozzles.
Pressure nozzles, bag 26830.
We got a bag of variety of gravity nozzles.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's take those foam packs. Let's lay this out. So you take the gravity and I'll take the pressure, and we'll just have to remember which one is which.
On the gravity bag, I've got 6 different styles.
6 as well here.
Yes.
So what sizes do you
I
have?
start out at a 1.2 and go all the way up to a 2.0.
Okay, so in the Gravity, starts at 1.2 all the way up to 2.0.
Yes.
In the Pressure, I could go from 1.1 up to 1.8. There's 3 different sizes, 1.1, 1.4, and 1.8. And they give you 2 of each. So I'm gonna line them up.
They are color
There's the
coded.
1.1, color coded, he makes it easier. 1.4 and 1.8, or 1.8. You know you're getting old when you gotta remove your glasses to read, or you gotta put glasses on to read, or, yeah, always fun. All right, so, there we go. Let's take these. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna slide by this way and we can see the labels later on. Okay, what else do we have?
We have a full set of PPS cups.
All right, so these are this is
As your outside measuring cup.
yeah, it's got all the measuring data you would need in multiple different metrics.
You get a new one of those every time you order a cup.
Yep, and so then you have the refill kits, or the refill liners.
Liner sleeves.
And inside the liners, we have the pieces to connect our lids to the our lids and basically connectors and oh, sorry, that's what this is.
Just a little cap.
The caps.
If you're not done at the end of the day, cap that off.
So save your paint won't dry out. So we'll set these up here for right now.
It also comes with what we call a cheater valve with a gauge on it for your air pressure.
Okay,
Monitor air pressure going into the gun.
okay.
And last, our whip hose to go from gravity to pressure.
Gravity to pressure, yep, correct. All right, so let's lay these out. I'll tell you what, you do that. I'm gonna grab this box. You got any other things you need to throw in here? There is, I'm gonna pull this out just for the sake of having it. We have a, like an instruction booklet.
Each lid has a liner or a filter screen built in.
Now, there were 2 different sizes there. This one is a 200 micron screen. This one was 125. Okay? So, let's talk about this for a second, Jeff. So, we're talking about HVLP guns, right? So, let's talk about the difference between pressure and gravity. Okay? Just real in the brief scenario, the brief description.
We'll set it up as we talk about the two. I'm gonna set this one up as a gravity gun.
Okay?
Starting my nozzle.
Now, gravity, we're being super simple here.
Yes.
Gravity means something that's being pulled.
Gravity means my liquid, my application is up top of the gun.
Correct.
Gravity is nothing more than gravity is.
So you're up here
Yes, it's pulling
and you're
down.
feeding down
Yes.
to the nozzle.
To the nozzle.
Okay,
I've already locked this one in. It's just that simple.
okay,
Back off and show you.
there we go. Should be good. All right, so simple. That locked in, I just kind of saw you out of the corner of my eye there. Locked
Yes.
in, super
You wanna
simple.
hold that?
Sure will. See, it's not every day you get help in the finishing lab.
No, it is not. So now we have that on.
Okay, so you use the 125
Yes.
micron,
Yes.
set it up. So it's just a twist and lock.
Twist and lock.
There it is.
Ready to go.
So you've got your liner in there.
Yes.
And your liner seals off once you get this on.
Yes.
And then your paint will come down through there automatically.
Yep.
Can you adjust any of that paint flow?
You do have a fluid control knob in the back, just like a standard gun.
Okay.
That will control how far your needle goes back to give you more flow. Pressure is gravity, but you can control how much flow comes out with that knob. And you do have a fan adjustment knob, just like a standard gun.
Right. So in reality, being able to go from this to the pressure
gun.
is, in some people's eyes, would be a complicated step, would be very complicated. But we're going to show you right now how easy it is to move from one to the other. Let's put those back. Now, for those that don't know, where would you utilize this?
I would utilize this. Everybody knows HVLP stands for high volume, low pressure. You make that an HVLP gun by the amount of air that goes into the gun.
Yep.
If you do not monitor that, you will turn an HVLP gun into a conventional.
And so
gun.
most of the time you see that on the pressure pot.
Yes. So
Now, ideally, what would this be hooked up to? Would you be hooking it up to a pressure pot?
pressure pot, a little diaphragm pump, anything low pressure. Could be a
Okay.
low pressure piston pump, low pressure diaphragm pump, low pressure pressure pump.
Okay.
Anything low pressure, 100 pounds or less typically.
I was just going to ask you about the poundage on that. So,
And I say that loosely, 100 pounds or less, if you start getting up,
but you might even want to.
well, in a conventional world and an air spray world, 50 pounds is
Okay.
a ton of material.
Okay.
So I don't know why anybody would need that.
So that's like an inline,
Yes.
and
My air
you're
goes
able to
right
watch
here.
it and adjust
Yes.
your pressure here.
Yes.
In case you're a little too heavy
At the source.
or light, you can
Yes.
try to
Plus,
pick it
does
up a
give
little
the
bit.
operator to adjust his air pressure.
Correct.
Yes.
How much weight does that add?
Very
It's
light.
actually not much. So I was expecting that to be a lot more. Okay, so we're still dealing with a light gun.
Still dealing with a light gun.
All right, so let's take that off. Now, what I want you to do is, why don't you take this off? Because you already changed it out, right? I want you to change that. Put the other one back on. Put one of these back on. So I'm going to get one of my producers here to count time on a phone. Give me a timer. So taking this from, like switching out, let's put the cup back on it. Now keep in mind there's an extra step here, but we're going to put a timer on it. We're going to take off the gravity feed, and then when we say go, we're going to take off the gravity feed and take off the front of the gun, the nozzle, and then we're going to, and the gun tip, and then we're going to start putting together the other way.
Pressure.
Okay, with the pressure.
Okay.
And then when we get done, we're going to stop. Now don't kill it, but just go through normal steps, and we'll see what kind of time we're looking at.
Got it.
All right, are we ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Now, if you had to, you could just sit there.
Yes.
If you had paint, that's what this is for, while he's doing that. But then, I don't know if that goes on that or not.
That is the spare.
Oh, that's it. I'm slowing you down.
No.
So that's just a twist and lock.
Twist and lock.
Straight in. That just sets in a channel.
Yes. Have a little
Got your
snap in.
pin to keep it in place.
And now I'm fully pressured.
All right, so
Pressure.
stop. Oh, hold on. Keep going. Just start it again. Put your cup back. Oh, we don't need the cup.
No,
Never
pressure.
mind. What was it?
Fluid, air.
49 seconds.
Under a minute.
So we had 49 seconds, roughly, that it took for you to go from one to the other. Now, that's assuming same color, same.
Well-
That's just changing the gun
The
itself.
beauty of this is when you go from one of the, you're fully taking the fluid chambers off.
Well, that's
So
true.
There's no cleaning. Obviously, you went from gravity to pressure, so.
So
if
you're
we go back
removing
to
every
gravity, we're
bit of the
removing-
paint?
Yes, every bit of the paint.
So even from a cleaning perspective,
From a cleaning,
you could really
have-
up your.
Right.
So a lot of little projects where you're going quick. Now let's talk about this. Are these throwaway or are these something that you can take apart, clean?
There's a little bit of both there, yes. You can take this apart and do some cleaning, but there are, matter of fact, that's kind of they do come off. But we typically, I'm keeping these per color,
Yep.
and at the end of the day,
You're just gonna,
I'm gonna go away and get another one. Now, I'm gonna be mindful of that. If once I flush that out, if I'm going back to the same color the next day and there's no leaks, that's a perfectly good nozzle. This thing, as long as you're using the same color, we're gonna keep using this nozzle until we just get bad performance.
Right.
And unfortunately, I can't put a time frame on that. That's depending on the viscosity, the abrasiveness of the material we're using, how well you flush it and clean it.
Right.
But
you're
we're gonna keep
you're
using that nozzle until we just get bad.
that nozzle and the gun tip is only as good as you treat it.
Absolutely.
So if you're putting heavy solids through it, you're in anything abrasive or anything
Right.
that has that quality to it,
And not
you're
giving
going to
it a
have
good
issues.
flushing.
You can have
And usually
issues.
let material dry up
Okay.
in there. They're running some-
Now I'm assuming that all of these can be ordered in a kit or kits, or is it you order everything one time, or can you reorder these
You
kits?
can, right, there's a part number on that bag.
Yep.
If you just wanted replacement pressure nozzles or replacement gravity nozzles, you can.
Okay.
I do know that kit obviously comes in, I don't know if it's a smaller kit, that kit covers all this, but you can buy just the replacement nozzle, replacement cups, replacement lids, absolutely.
What's the ideal person that would need this? Where do you see the heavy volume usage? You were an account manager for years.
I see somebody using this that maybe does a lot of color changes, or lack of better terms, when I say a body shop, somebody that's non-production world. I don't mean you're not working hard, but they're not on an assembly line where they may have just a very limited time per part. Those people tend to get very, and this gun is very durable. Where I'm going with that is how you handle the gun. But the gun, it's a metal gun. It's very durable. It can take a lot of punishment. But I see a lot of people would be using these if do a lot of color changing, quick color changing, or if they may have a touch-up shop and they may keep 5 different colors set up
Right.
at one time, and they plug it, use a little bit of green, take the cup off, plug it, go back to a different color. Because when you change your nozzles, you got a brand clean new.
So
every
you
time.
guys recently did a training event here at High Point.
Yes, sir.
In the finishing lab with 3M came in, and they worked with these kits with you guys. So I saw some pictures of you. We're going to try to put some up here on this video, but I believe you had some video where you were,
Yes, we were
spraying the gun, and you were showing how you could change the fad pattern, atomize different, and it looked from the video perspective like it was sprayed really well.
Right. We use the pressure version. Control knob works really good. The fan control knob has a wide range. I'm thoroughly impressed with how wide of a range that you have on the fan control. Very ergonomic, light, trigger pull is very ergonomic. It's a well-built gun.
Good. So if you are interested in this kit, please call Air Power, 1-800-334-1001. Any questions on ordering specific things? I do want to point out that this was the 3M PPS, which is a trademark name from 3M. The 26878 is the kit. And then we have the 3M 26830 is the kit with the pressurized nozzles. And the 26730 is the gravity feed, or HVLP Gravity. Again, 26730. Anything else? I think I'm not sure, honestly, about these on a reorder scenario or these here, but I'm sure if you put in, if you contact Air Power, our inside sales can find that pretty fast. I'm sorry we don't have that right now. Maybe there's a number on here. No, don't see one.
Get anything you see here on this table.
Absolutely. So, thank you for joining us for another edition of Air Power Live. Please go to Air Power Live, go to Air Power Airwaves, our new podcast. Go to, that was airpowerairwaves.com. Go to airpower-usa.com. Any of those places you can find videos, podcasts that talk about anything and everything that Air Power deals with. And we're kind of on a mission we're going broader and broader and adding more and more. It's easy. We all have a history. We all have areas that we're more knowledgeable in. And so I think at this point, we're kind of, all of us are stepping into other areas and we're learning more. And that's AirPower's goal, is to cross-train every one of their account managers, every one of their specialists, to be able to help any customer just like yourself with anything you need. All right, so visit us on all the social media channels, whichever one you want. We're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You name it, go find us. We would love to have you share some of our experiences from AirPower with you. And then AirPower Airwaves, our new podcast, airpower-usa.com. But the AirPower Airwaves is airpowerairwaves.com. So, Jeff, thank you.
Thank you, Travis.
We are out of here, and I just want to say, manufacture it a great day.